Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, and we're out again this week. I can't believe it, 2 weeks in a row. It's 11 degrees, a little bit chillier than last week, but the good thing is we're out. Anyway, I am going to somewhere today that is just outside Ipswich. I've never been to myself ever, so this is the first time. I've got to find it. I think I know where it is, and when I get there I'll tell you the story. So hang on a minute, let's get moving. It should be around here somewhere. Oh my god. I think this is the parking area, I should imagine. Oh my god, things I do for you people. Somebody's going, so I might be able to get in there on that hard surface. Ooh, slipping around all over the bloody place. Ooh, then my foot got caught on something. Now, here we are. I think it's down here, I'm not really sure, but we'll walk down here a little while. It's not far apparently, and we'll see what it is. Bit wet. Is that Dobbs' grave down there?
Yeah, where is it there? Yeah.
Just there, thank you very much. Right, here we are. Try not to breathe too heavy. Dobbs' grave. Look at that. I've always wanted to come here, and I've never been. So you're wondering what a grave like this is doing on the side of the road in a wood like this, all on its own. Well, it's urban legend, and the story goes something like this. Many years ago, just after the Middle Ages probably, or in the Middle Ages, a young shepherd boy was looking after his master's sheep in the area, and thieves come and nicked all the bloody sheep. So he was so distraught that he'd lost his master's sheep, he thought he might get punished, or the disgrace of losing them. So he hung himself. Yes, he hung himself. Thieves took his sheep and he hung himself. Now, as we came up this road, there is a crossroads, and the story goes he was buried at the crossroads because in them days, if you committed suicide, it was a mortal sin, and you couldn't be laid in consecrated ground. So he was put at the crossroads, and then several years later, when it came a normy to let people who commit suicide, they dug him up and buried him here. But this is not consecrated ground. And the other story is they kept trying to dig him up down there. People kept trying to dig him up, so they brought him up here. And then in the 60s, some kids came over here and dug him up again. So that's why this fence and everything is round it, I suppose. I don't know if you can actually get in. So it's not a thing that you. There's nothing on there, and all these is just a cross. There you go. First time I've ever been here. Dobbs' grave. What a story, eh? What an interesting story. How true it is, I can't tell you. Who it is in this grave, I can't tell you. But if you believe the story, it's a young shepherd, who hung himself because he lost his master's sheep. There you go. That's the story of Dobbs' grave. I think this is just another one we could try out. Yeah, we could try the ghost tube here one day, see if that does pick anything up. I personally am not picking anything up here at all. It's just a nice place in the woods, you know. But maybe the ghost tube would show more. Yeah. Plenty of people walking about in the woods. Quite a busy little road. Right. We'll leave that as Dobbs' grave. Right, one of my subscribers sent me a message saying, Andy, you go to all these places in Suffolk and half of the time you don't tell us where they are. And I have to concur, that's true. So I'm going to really try in future to say exactly where I am. So if anybody wants to have a scout around or have a look themselves, they can. So this one is certainly Dobbs Lane, Kedsgrave, Dobbs grave. You can't miss it really. You just gotta, don't go past. It's on a bend and there's a very small car park, very small. Pull in there, cross the road, and you're at Dobbs grave. So I hope that helps. So in future I'm going to try and get a little bit more information when I go to these places, you know what I mean? Now the temperature has dropped now, we're just on 10, we've dropped a degree because it is sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30. So I'm not going to be out much longer. It's an old pillbox there. I'm in no hurry to get across this road. This is a dangerous road. And they're going to show you a crossroad that is deadly for cycles, motorbikes. Yeah, a little bit further down here is a crossroads, and there's been several motorcyclists killed on this crossroads, several. They keep saying they're going to try and do something about it. They never do. They brought the speed down to 50 from 60. It was only a couple of years ago the last one was killed here. A married man, kids, which is unfortunate. But I'll show you when we get there. Right, you'll see here a crossroads coming up. See that car going around, 2 cars. This crossroad here is deadly, absolutely deadly. Been several fatals there with cars as well. Cars crash there as well, but you know yourselves, if you get knocked off a bike somewhere like that and you were doing a bit of speed, you know, it couldn't be curtains, as they say. But anyway, let's get off that sort of morbid stuff. I'll make my way back into Itteridge now. I'm not going to be out much longer because, to tell you the truth, the temperature's dropping. I'm running these teeth in for me dog, I think, today. The temperature's dropping and I can feel it. Oh, about 6 miles from home, 5-6 miles from home, and I think that'll do me for the day. I just wanted to see Dobbs grave. Came to my head. You've never been to Dobbs grave, Andy. It's about time. And I've done it. And of course I brought you folks with me. And explain where it is too. Look at that, mate. Oh, hey. So with that, only leaves me to say, all ride safe, love each other, Suffolk Andy.